Good morning, good evening, good day, and good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. Hope you're all doing well. Shane's just dropping in there. He says, "Hey Willie, hey Shane, how you doing, mate? How's things down in Oz?" Yeah, there's a texture issue. Dark. I'll catch up with you on that. I have an idea what it could be causing, but generally all the other ATRs in the Positive Rate livery seem to show up as a pink plane, but it looks okay in the cockpit, so I don't know if there's like a low res texture that's been missed out for distance. If you see it from a distance, I have no idea. Anyways, you can probably tell I'm a bit croaky. I've been under the weather this week, but I'm okay to fly. I'm alright to fly. Beluga's just jumped into. He says hello, and Stu, I can see who else we got. Nighthawk, he's on the tarmac today. Quite a few. Quite a busy airport today, actually. There's a lot of people on here I dare say aren't anything to do with the stream. It's just everyone seems to be congregating around Newcastle this morning. Lemon Wolf is there as well. Yeah, just big hello to everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And we're doing an ATR flight. It's quite a long flight for an ATR, actually. It's down to Jersey. Now, this wouldn't be uncommon. You do get them, but they tend to be on the far end of the block time because the ATR obviously goes a bit slower, and yeah, so I've got everything kind of planned in today, but I'll take you through the route just a minute. And we got a lovely airport to show off here as well, which I've actually flown out of in real life twice, and it's absolutely spot on. So anyway, where are we going today? So sorry, I got the plate up. So we are leaving from Newcastle, which is it's only about a 2-hour drive away from where I live, actually, in Scotland. We will be taking the Geordie 1T departure from runway 7, which kind of takes us out towards the water, till we head due south and then connect with a route at Geordie. Gotta love these. Love these waypoint names. Anyway, so we'll progress down. Should get a good, clear view of Manchester and Leeds as we cross down. And it's a bit of a roundabout thing. It's an interesting way that this takes us, but I think it's just to deviate around some of the traffic in Manchester and various places. We'll get to Croft, and then we'll start heading in a south-southeasterly direction, right over the most of England. And then until we get to the coast and break across over the English Channel and way down, way down on the can't remember. I think this was the Lelna 1T or something. Lelna arrival 1K. That's what it was. Lelna 1K, which is an ILS approach into Jersey. It's only about a 5,500 foot runway, so we're gonna have to be on the numbers, so to speak, and make sure we get those reverse props and nice and quick. So I do apologize in advance if I'm coughing and spluttering at times. Just can't be helped, unfortunately. Could be updates to the ATR. We'll check when I get home. Yeah, that'd be great, Dark. I know Dark, you're kind of offline for a bit because you had a PC explosion of some description. Lucas has been doing a lot of VATSIM recently. A lot of fun. Yeah. Well, that didn't take long. Dark coming in with £1 donation. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that. This one's for you, buddy. Here we go.
Thank you.
Absolutely class. Right to start off the stream, £1 donation, much appreciated. And now go into the maintenance pot for the stream. As we do mention in the show notes, it costs us a little bit of money. Keep the stream going for various services and the music rights. So we got a nice blues lineup today for you guys too, for your listening pleasure. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Nighthawk says I landed a 320 at Jersey a week ago. Ooh, 320. ATR should be fine. Yeah, 320 should be able to nail that. It's definitely, you know, on the high end of braking, but certainly achievable. And we got a runway 7 departure today, which is really cool. So that basically means a quick taxi out, no backtracking or anything like that. This 747's been sitting there for ages. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, and I do see Stu just underneath him as well there. But we got some great names. Mr. Rhubarb, I love that. I don't know where people come up with these names. It's hilarious. Anyway, we're pretty much ready for engine start. As you can see, the flight plan's fully loaded. Dan coming in with a £2 donation. Thank you so much, Dan. Really appreciate it. Great to see you, Dan, too. I think we missed you the last couple times. You were in Manchester last week, weren't you? And Tony Bello. £2.56, man. They're stacking up. They're stacking up. Well, that's 2 donations in as many seconds. We go for the epic one on this, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Big thanks to Dan, big thanks to Tony for the donations. That really does help. And it probably just covers us for the cost of the stream actually today. I hear someone pinging in on... Oh, it's Tony. Tony's joined us in the chat. How are you doing today, sir?
Good, mate. How are you? Hello, everyone. How you going?
We got the wow.
What are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Yeah, you know, I forgot to play the Saturday morning intro. Completely forgot about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
God.
Sorry.
That will be after
Sorry,
you.
it's got to be done.
Yeah.
We got to do it now. Here it comes.
Yep. Here it comes.
Saturday
I love this
morning
intro. Hey,
Flightsim.
Shane.
It's not morning, you drongo. It's evening.
Had to be done. Had to be done. I missed it
Oh.
out. On ya, Beto, says Shane. On ya, Beto. So you flying with us? You flying with us today, Tony, or are you just kind of observing and chatting?
I'm going to observe and chat.
Observe and chat.
I will bring my years and years of flight simming experience to this, but yeah,
Brilliant.
it'll take 10 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the time, but we'll work it out.
Right. Now I haven't even done a practice flight this week in the ATR, so I gotta kind of remember what I'm doing here. Oh, I know. Okay. Well, we definitely have to start engines. I know that. That's usually a good start, isn't it? Something about starting engines.
I always find that if you're starting with fuel pumps, that's a really good way to start.
Yeah, fuel pumps. Yeah, quite right. Right.
And hello, Stu.
Bring this in the feather. Actually, it should be in feather. Bring some noises up a bit as well. All right. Oh, what am I missing? I have no idea. That's on start. Prop brakes off. I'm not messing with that today. Oh, wait a minute. I can't remember what to do. Oh no. Engine starting. Have faith. Aaron's come in the morning. Good morning. Hey, Aaron. How's it going, mate? Really good. Skill issue. Always a skill issue, mate. Please note if you're joining us today, yes, the reverse is not... have I reversed it? Oh, apologies about that. Oh, wait. Well, we wanted to get a quick view of Newcastle as well. Yes, the route is... Have I reversed the route? Have I reversed the route? I have. Oh, sorry. Very sorry about that. Yeah, so we are flying from Newcastle. Oh, I can only blame the fact that I'm slightly under the weather. Apologies for that. Riveting commentary from Beto is always a bonus, says Shane. Lemon Wolf says, loading in the sim, hopefully I'll catch up with you. Yeah, no worries. Don't forget we're on the North Europe server as well, just in case you are loading in. He says, solid Captain Relish at the end of the intro there. Yes, he does. He makes a little quick appearance and then he ducks down and be below the seat again. No excuse because we go... yeah, that's it. No excuse. Right. Where's my head? Oh, I was doing the airport tour. Right, so we're starting off from Newcastle today, so we gotta show this off. Now this, having seen this in first person, I've actually stood... While I was bored one day, I've actually stood at the fence right here, and that fence is there. And I just looked, and that was pretty much my view. So it's a bit surreal. I was just kind of watching the planes and take off and whatnot. But it's a nice small airport. I don't know if there's any internal modeling. No, there's not. But we often, as a family, we've been out of this airport a few times, and it is a small airport. It's generally nice, but we often stay in the Hilton, which is this hotel here. Very nice. We don't have the patio. There's a nice kind of patio with tables there usually, but I can forgive them. But it is a very distinct looking hotel.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is. It's really distinct looking. And we usually have like a bite to eat, because the problem is, Tony, usually when we're flying down to the Med, I think the noises are getting a bit loud here. But usually when we fly down the Med, the flights leave about 6 o'clock in the morning, so you have to be at the airport ridiculously early. So what we'll do is we'll go down, we'll book into the hotel, try to get to sleep about 8 o'clock, and then wake up around 2 o'clock in the morning, have a quick shower, kick the kids out of bed, and then we walk down to the airport, and it works out pretty well. But yeah, it's a nice little airport, and literally it's right at the northern part of Newcastle, so you don't actually have to go anywhere near the city to get to it. So we drive down from Scotland for just under 2 hours, and just as we're coming into kind of Newcastle area, the airport's like bang right there, and it's such an easy place to get into. It's really, really enjoyable. So yeah, if you're in the Newcastle area or ever flying up to the north, it's a great airport to fly in and out of. Lemonwolf says flying Jet 2 in the 738 should be able to catch you. Yeah, you'll catch and pass me, and it's Jet 2, funny enough, which is a huge airline that operates out of Newcastle. It's usually Jet 2 that we're flying with as well. So we've got a good engine start in number 2, so we'll get number 1 going here.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Hilton, and they do some good hotels around the world.
They do, yeah.
What do we got? We got 3 of them here in Perth. Just alone, we've got 3 of them. So
3 what?
3 Hiltons.
Oh, Hiltons.
We've got 2 double trees and a
the
normal Hilton.
double tree is kind of like their premium brand, and then below that you have like the normal one, and I think there's actually a budget one as well. I've stayed in all 3 for business. Okay, we got 2 good engine starts. I'm gonna bring that music. Seems a touch loud today. Right. What's next? So we can bring that up to auto. That should. Oh, we should have closed the doors and all that stuff. Don't want to do that kind of thing, do we? Close that, cargo. Ground power can go away. Wheel chocks can go away, brake set. Delayed information to the passengers, they should have done that, so we'll getting ready to go. Nav lights are on, we're going to put our beacon on, because we're going to start moving. I think what we're going to do, where's Nighthawk, is he already moved? Yeah. So we're just going to do, I'm going to actually use the engines to reverse out of here. So we'll brakes on the toe. Okay, we're not moving. I'll just check the engine shocks are off. Yeah. Nothing else to worry about.
Hi, Brett.
Oh, brake wasn't completely off, that's why. Whoa, stop.
always a pushback tool when you've got an ATR.
That's it. Okay, landing lights are on. Or taxi lights, I should say. Anything else we need to worry about? Yes, we can get all this stuff on as well. Good to go. Okay, let's taxi out. So, I don't know if Nighthawk, do you want to go before me, or are you going to go after me today? What's your preference? Oh, Stu's already up in the air. He's flying the 46 today, actually. That's interesting. I actually had to drop my passenger weight today, Tony, because I was above the recommended MTO.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think it's probably just to do with the range.
I haven't flown the ATR for a while, actually. I must admit, I haven't flown anything for a
Well,
while.
it's just actually had an update, so I'm gonna see if that's made any huge difference. It's nothing stands out visually as being different, but we'll find out.
Right.
Nighthawk says I'm in the rear. Okay. No pun intended, eh?
Sorry, Dark. Yeah. Dark Fury says my voice is low.
You're oh, okay. Yeah. Feel free to boost.
Pull up your socks, Beto. I'm getting crap from fun. I'm getting crap from Shane. Oh my god.
It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. I didn't put the green screen up today, but by the way, guys, it is way too warm today. And even when I woke up, this is Scotland mine, Tony. When I woke up today, it was 19 degrees already.
Oh wow.
Just when the sun came out. So
I'm assuming that's Celsius.
Celsius, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's warm. And we're
We were last night. I think it was about 3 a.m. I woke up and it was 18 degrees. So, yeah, for a place that's not really in summer yet, it's going to be a very heavy summer. I can see it coming already.
Yeah, exactly. Callum, he says, yeah, it's so warm. Yeah, 32 degrees we're expecting today. That's the high we're being told.
Wow.
So, just luckily it's happening on a Saturday, so people can actually take advantage of it.
Yeah, down at the
which is
beach.
good. Okay, brakes are on, so I'm going to set flaps to 5. And we'll need landing lights on. Strobe comes on. Don't need anything else at the moment. I'm going to alert the flight attendants that we're ready to go.
Aaron's giving you crap now. This is good.
What's he
I'm
saying?
glad it's Liz's.
We have air conditioning in the
says-
US.
Yeah.
Maybe someday they'll get that in Canada. I don't know. I'm not in Canada, and Canada has lots of air conditioning, actually. It usually comes back to hockey with they run, so we'll see what happens. I got an answer for him ready, though.
Oh, at least he's leaving me alone. I'm just getting harassment from Shane. So
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Now he's gonna do something. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Flight director is on. Everything else is looking tickety-boo. Get that into flight track and just bring down the range a bit there. There we go. Okay. Oh, there is a takeoff config button though. Where is that? That's there. Nothing's coming up, so I'll assume everything's okay. Nothing coming down the pipe. I think Aaron knows that, but he's just being
Yeah, I was gonna say.
he's just being a cheeky sod. He's trying to poke the North American rivalry bear. You guys will know all about that with New Zealand and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Aaron's such a quiet and unassuming sort of chap. You know, I find that so hard to believe.
50% ramp.
It's kill weather. I tried to turn myself up, by the way. I don't think it helped.
B1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. And bring the LNAV in there. There's a And he's off. And he's off, says Callum, yeah. You know, working today, Callum. I thought you'd be supporting the bowling tournament. Callum's actually a local, Tony.
Ah, okay.
So he just comes in to troll.
Fair enough. That's why Oz Flightsim is here, so yeah.
Oh, pilot's going off for some reason. I'll just fly it manually for a bit until we get on that final terminal thing.
Oh dear, Aaron and Shane are having a chat. I'm keeping out of that one.
There we go. Gain a little bit of speed, pull those flaps up. Climb power. Landing lights can come off. Bring the VNAV. Oh, there we go. Did you hear No Looks went to Canal Street? Yeah. So the guys played a bit of a trick on Dan, Tony. I've never actually heard of Canal Street, but I know what it is now. So they said, well, if you go to Manchester, you have to go to Canal Street. And he's like, all right. So he went, and so Canal Street's basically like the gay red light district.
Ah, of course, of course.
And I was kind of half paying attention when they were telling him about this, and then next thing we have a chat for the meetup, Manchester meetup group, and he comes on and it was something like, "You're a bunch of assholes." So obviously he had partaken in a visit.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Oh, it's
Poor
awesome.
guys.
No love, eh? No love, Dan. Okay, we're going to take it up to our flight level 190 today. What did say? Aaron says, "Wait, I don't have time for this. I have to work. Do you remember what it's like?"
Dear.
A little bit of banter between Aaron and Shane there.
Yep, as I said, keeping as far away from that as possible.
That's
I'm not
it.
going to get involved.
Okay, and on we go to Gurley. This is last waypoint on the departure and en route. Entry to our route. As the plane slowly takes us up to 19,000. Switch to standard. Let's take a look behind us. Oh, there's Nighthawk up in front. He's managed to overtake me. It's probably still in climb power or takeoff power. That's why. Look at
Shane
that.
says I'm sitting on the. Shane says I'm sitting on the fence. Yes, in this circumstance, I am sitting on the fence, Shane. Not going to get involved.
And there you go, Tony. There's a great look at Newcastle as we take off.
Ah, nice. Typical expected weather, rubbish, like cloudy.
Yeah. And the Tyne River that flows into the.
That's a really nice image there, isn't it? Wow.
It's a nice place, actually. Yeah. Surrounded by terrain. If you look a bit to the north, you'll start to see the hills kind of crop up. It's a bit hard to see. A bit foggy today.
You said Tyne River, so that there's a place called Newcastle on Tyne, isn't there?
Upon Tyne, yeah, that's Newcastle.
Right.
Yeah.
I like coming in your streams because I'm actually learning more about geography, which I'm a bit of a geography nut. So
I try.
I love when Jacko and I were doing, we haven't done it for a while, but we did Rimming Australia.
Yeah.
Was what it was called, Rimming Oz, and yeah, I was sort of like his travel agent. So we were flying around, and I was sort of gathering all the information, and yeah, it was good because I was learning stuff myself as we were going along. So that was actually really, really good.
I mean, I'm always better if I know the area. So there's a good chunk of Britain that I do know, and I can kind of speak a bit of personal experience about it. But certainly, I mean, it's been educational for me as well because we've gone to places like. I can't remember if you were on the stream with me when we were watching. I think you were. We were in. Was it Fiji? Or Bora Bora?
Yes.
Bora Bora.
Yes.
And I mean, that was just astounding. Absolutely astounding. Might have been last week.
It is a beautiful area. That's what we're off to. We're off there in October, so I'm looking forward to that.
It must be cheaper for you guys because I just out of curiosity, I priced it. How much does it actually? Would it go to?
Well,
to go to Bora Bora?
I'm going on a cruise ship, so it's not quite the same thing.
Oh right, fair enough. Fair enough.
But to go from Brisbane to Vanuatu, which is actually where we're going.
Right.
It's about for a balcony cabin. It's about $2,500 for.
Yeah, that's about right.
What's that? I think that's about 12 nights, 13 nights, something like that.
That's not bad actually.
It's actually very good when you consider
Is
how
that per,
much what you're getting.
Is that per person or is that for the both of you?
Well, there's my dad and I are going, and my dad's actually in his own cabin, and I'm
Right.
on my own.
Oh, you're on your own, right?
It's actually costing me $5,000, but for like a normal couple that were going
Right.
on board, it would be it's $2,500 each, and that's Australian dollars, by the way. So
That's not bad.
it's
That's not
it's
bad.
Not a
I mean,
bad price.
I've heard a lot more than that. I mean, I guess
Well,
it
when
depends
you-
if
when
you
you throw
got a
in all your-
balcony. Yeah, if you got a balcony.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Exactly, and you throw in all your food is included. You don't get all your drinks, but you get drinks, but not alcoholic drinks. And then you basically, I mean, the thing that I like about it is you go to bed one day and wake up here in another place, and
yeah.
you know, it's not so bad when you're traveling, you know, through the South Pacific, but when you're in places like Europe,
Yeah.
it's very cool when you go to bed and you're in Italy, wake up and you're in God knows something.
Oh yeah,
else,
yeah, no,
France or something,
yeah.
so-
We've considered the wife and I are thinking about a cruise, but we'd either like to do the Med, like Greek islands, or
yeah,
because specifically we adore Greece, or the other cruise that we're looking at is there's a Norwegian cruise that kind of goes up all the fjords and stuff like that.
yeah.
But it's the Norwegian ones tends to be a smaller ship. That's the only thing. So
Yes. Yeah, no, we were we did the Med. Was it probably
Oh, Lemon Wolf's pushing back. Okay. What are you flying, Lemon Wolf? Are you flying the 320? Stu just asking, do you see me? Yeah, I see you. Yep, you're over there. I think everyone's well ahead of me today. Well, mind you, you were already in the air, weren't you, Stu? So 7:38. Okay, well that's fine because you're gonna rip past us. So just throw a message out in the chat, Lemon Wolf, when you're about to pass. Nighthawk's still relatively close to me. Excuse me. Just see how we're tracking on altitude. Wow, we're not even hit 10,000 yet. What's going on? Come on, VNav. Taking your sweet time. Mind you, that is the compromise you make with the turboprop. They are meant to be super efficient with decent domestic or regional range. They use very little fuel, but the sacrifice for that is speed and time.
Right, slows
So,
down.
and I often used to fly on the not the ATR but the Dash 8 with Flybe down to London. So whereas a normal jet will get you there in about an hour, if an ATR tends to be anywhere between an hour and a half to an hour 45. So you do add quite a chunk of time on the journey, but then the cost per passenger is so much lower. Put Snoopy in the doghouse there. As we make our way up to 19,000 feet. And this is for me, very common sight for me when I'm traveling south on turboprops. You kind of get to know where you are and how far you're away from landing, Tony, because I always know once I see Manchester,
Yeah.
that there's about half an hour left in the flight.
Okay.
Or if you're on a jet, about 20 minutes. And you just get to know all the cities as you're flying over them. It's really weird. So I've actually got a bird's eye view geography map in my head of Britain. Because I've flown up and down that much between London and other points that I just get to know where things are.
That's the difference between the UK and Australia. Where I am, there's nothing for...
There's no landmarks. Yeah.
Yeah, there's small cities and small towns and stuff, but it's not... I mean, at night they're great because you can see the lights, but during the day you can't see them.
Yeah, that's
so.
It's not like the stars. Like you can't navigate by kangaroo formations or anything like that, can you?
No,
Get
this is correct.
Get the sextet out. It's like, oh, I see 10 kangaroos down there. That means we're 200 miles west of Sydney.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't work like that.
Sydney's not so bad because you've got Canberra. So once you see Canberra, Sydney and Canberra aren't that far apart. But when you're coming over to Perth, there's nothing. So once you get to, so if you're coming back from say Melbourne or Sydney to Perth, you cross over the Great Australian Bight, and you come across land at Esperance, which I'm not going to try and explain where Esperance is, so if anyone's interested they can Google it and have a look. But when you come across at Esperance, probably about 10 minutes after you've crossed over back into Western Australia, you can actually start seeing the lights of Perth. So even though you're about 35 to 40 minutes still away, the lights are so bright.
That's impressive, actually.
That you can see it. Yeah, it's amazing when you're. Back in the good old days when we used to go up into the cockpit, we sit there and you could see the lights coming. It was just amazing. It was really good.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But that's about it. That's why we call ourselves the City of Lights. And if Jacko's listening or he listens to this later,
it's good to know. So if we ever get invaded by aliens, they'll probably land in Perth first.
Oh, there's a good chance of it. Yeah.
Sitting up in the... I always imagined invading aliens having a Scottish accent. Like, who should we invade first then? Oh, look at that bright place down there. Let's go try that one out.
You sound like Mike Myers.
Actually, there's probably a lot of truth in that. It's funny because when I'm in conversation with somebody from Scotland, I do actually speak with a Scottish accent, but if I try to imitate it, it comes out completely wrong. They say, people go, so can you do the Scottish accent? And I said, yes, accidentally. Unintentionally.
Aaron's having a go at me now about the City of Lights. There we go. I knew that was coming.
That's because Aaron's he's got bad memories from Las Vegas, probably. That's why. Last time he was in the City of Lights, he probably ended up out in the street in his underwear. Had no idea how he got there. Wallet's gone. Am I on target there, Aaron? See, in Ontario, we don't have to go that far. We can just go to Niagara Falls. There's a casino there. And it's kind of like mini Vegas. Mini Vegas.
I'm waiting for a comment from Aaron because that was a good zinger. I'm waiting to see
I don't know. Well, it'll only be a zinger if it's true. So silence is evidence, if you know what I mean. Robman's coming in. He says, "Hello, hey Robman, how you doing, mate? Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name. Is it Robman or Robman? Thanks for joining us on the stream. Please do subscribe as well, mate, if you like what you see. I've never been to Vegas. New Orleans has some... Oh, God. I'll change... Let me ask you a different question than Aaron. New Orleans. Did you find yourself on the wrong side of a horse at some point late at night? Now, do you know what I mean by that, Tony?
My brain is ticking over, but I probably shouldn't be so.
In New Orleans, as it's mainly during Mardi Gras, right, which is huge there. Guess what? We've got another guest. Hi, hello, Aaron. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good, man.
It was him.
I'm good, mate. I just explained Mardi Gras, New Orleans. So at the end of the night, all the police all the mounted police come along, and they sweep the street with a wall of horses to push everyone out of the downtown core. That's how they to get everyone to go home. Otherwise, it just doesn't stop.
Horses, but I may have made it on the wrong end of Bourbon Street one night. Willie knows what I'm talking about. There's two ends of Bourbon Street.
Yep.
I may have wandered to the wrong end. But anyway,
there's
good stream. Have fun. And if Shane's still here, suck it up, Nancy. I'm out.
Suck it up, Nancy.
Jayhawks just come in. Jayhawks come in. Dan says, "Good morning, Captain Relish." And Lemon Wolf is airborne. Okay, so at some point we should see Lemon Wolf zooming over us.
My closest to New Orleans was watching NCIS New Orleans, so there you go.
Nah, closest I got to New Orleans was Orlando, which is nothing like New Orleans. But we had a couple of wild nights in Orlando, to be fair.
That's Florida, isn't it? Where's
that's
Orlando?
Florida, yeah. That's Florida.
Yeah.
I drove down the eastern seaboard from Canada. I've told the story probably a few times on the stream, but put myself into mortal danger twice during the journey. And didn't even know that I was doing that. Aaron was talking about being on the wrong side of Bourbon Street. I was at one point on the wrong side of Pittsburgh, trying to shortcut between the interstates, and then another time I was on the wrong side of a county in South Carolina, trying to shortcut it over to Georgia. And both occasions, in Pittsburgh, it was the Pittsburgh police pulled up beside me and said, "What the hell are you doing here? You need to floor it. Ignore the red lights. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna get shot."
Oh wow!
Sorry,
okay,
apologize
really
for apologize for swearing. And then it was a Georgia State Trooper when I came out. It was Route 19, South Carolina. And there's another story that go along with it, but I'm not going to tell tell that on air.
Wow.
But I came out Route 19 and connecting with the interstate, and my girlfriend at the time, we went to a restaurant right there, which was called Park and Eat. I mean, 10 points for being creative with the name of the restaurant. So the state trooper saw me come out. He was just parked on the side, just kind of watching over things. So he pulled into the car park beside me. He says, "Hey, big, kind of heavy guy, like your typical overfed, donut-eating state trooper kind of guy." But he was a lovely guy. And he just said, "Boy," he says, "where the hell did you just come from?" And I said, "Oh," and I showed him on the map. I said, "Well, we're coming down that interstate, so we just thought we'd come down Route 19. He goes, "How are you not dead?" And apparently, so we went through, even though it was quite a rural area with just like little small towns, apparently like this place is legendary for basically, such as things are, I didn't look the type that would make it through alive normally.
Wow.
But I said, "Well," he said, "Did you stop anywhere?" I said, "Yeah, we stopped at a gas station." And this enormous guy, he was about, I'm not kidding you, 7'2". He was absolutely enormous. Was standing in front of my car, looking at my Ontario reg plates, trying to figure out where I'd come from, because he'd never seen that plate before. So I just talked to him.
Right.
I said, "Oh no, I'm from Canada. We're coming down." He was like, "Oh, right, that's amazing." This guy was huge. I said, "But we're kind of tired, so we're gonna get going." He's like, "Yeah, no, right," because all his kind of posse guys were kind of surrounding the car at that point.
Yeah.
And but he was obviously the ringleader. So I shook his hand. I said, "It's really nice to meet you, though." And I said, "How far is it to the interstate?" He says, "Oh, about 15 miles." I'm like, "Oh, cool." I said, "Really appreciate that. Thanks so much." He went, "No problem." So we got in the car. I just didn't make anything of it. And all the guys are still standing around the car. And next thing he goes, "Clear off! Clear off!" He starts shouting at him, and they just all backed up. And we drove away.
Wow.
But
That sounds like something you'd see in an American television show or something. Yeah.
Well, my only rationale is we weren't locals. If I had been a local guy with South Carolina plates or even Georgia plates or something like that, I think it would have gone very differently. But the fact that I was from a different country and I was polite and I engaged with them, it worked out. But, that's not always a guaranteed thing to happen.
No,
And
I'd imagine not.
much to the bewilderment of the Georgia state trooper that I spoke to after. So he said to me, he says, "Listen," he says, I'm glad you're okay, but can you just do me a favor and stay on the interstates?" And I went, "Yes, sir, that's all I'll do." He went, "Good man."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, but yeah, what a fantastic journey. It was more, we were actually going to Disney World, and the journey to get there was far more interesting than the actual visit to Disney World itself. Aaron says, wrong side of Pitt. Yeah, wrong side of Pitt puts you in Wheeling, West Virginia. Is that what that is? Well, it was definitely, it was a downtrodden residential area, I'll say that much. Again, one of my amazing shortcuts. This is before, obviously, GPS was a thing, and just using maps and kind of your wit to get you around places. Another day done, says J-Hog. Yeah. Donuts and American Cups. Yeah. It's very true. Okay, where are we here? So just in terms of our route, pull that up. So we're making good progress. I'd say we're arguably probably just over Manchester, or just past it. I'll take a look down there before we make our next turn, which is going to take us skirting past Wales. Let's take a look outside, see if we can see anything. I might have missed Manchester, actually. I'll leave it on that view for a bit. Oh my god, the temperature in this room is heating up. I'm just gonna grab some water, Tony. If you can entertain the troops for me for a couple minutes, I'd be most grateful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep, I'll do a dance. Anyone want me to tell some jokes? No, I don't want Willie to be completely taken off YouTube. So saying hello, Bubba. I saw you pop in. See you, J-Hog. Oh, come on, Stu. You know my jokes are good, mate. Everyone's a critic. Absolutely. Some Aussie pickup lines. Why I like Boeing better than Airbus. Oh, Shane, are you just trying to get me into trouble with Bubba, eh? God. See, my response to that could be sitting on the fence there, Shane. Which I think is an expectation anyway, isn't it?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh. Okay, so I've got Shane trying to get me into trouble.
Okay.
With Bubba, and what's his name? Not Lex is telling me that I should tell him some Australian pickup lines.
Just gonna message my flight attendant and see if I can get a glass of water brought up. Just a moment.
Oh, very nice.
In this case, it'll be my son. If you can find him.
Yeah, as Flightsim is recovering, Bubba is being extremely cheeky tonight. He's already taken on Aaron, now he's taking on being rude to you. Go.
I got a thick skin, I'll be alright.
No, not you, Bubba.
Oh, Bubba.
He's,
alright.
Yeah. You got Bubba is in the room at the moment, or at least he was. I'm assuming he still is. I think you're just going over Manchester now. Or at least on my screen you are.
Right, that's my, I've paged my flight attendant.
I didn't hear the bing bing.
Sorry, we have to do that for immersion, eh? There we go. There we go. There we go.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Stu says I don't see you on. Are you talking about me, Stu? Your plane is mostly hidden by your camera, I see. Oh, was it? Yeah, okay, I didn't even think about that. I should be careful, yeah. How you doing, Brett? Anyway, I've been watching you. You've been playing Starfield, I think, haven't you? I've caught a couple of your streams working your way through Starfield. I've been playing a bit of it myself and getting my ass kicked left and right, Tony.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm in a. It happens in all the Bethesda games. You get to a point where you've leveled up enough that you're starting to get a little bit better, but you're starting to face tougher enemies, and they just absolutely whoop you. So I'm kind of I'm at a point now where I'm trying to do like little side missions just to try and build up my character a bit because I just suck. Just getting my ass kicked.
Oh, I got back into American Truck Sim. Jacko did a couple of streams, and now I'm going back. I'm just driving all over the place at the moment. So,
thank you, Mr. Flight Attendant. Much appreciated. There we go.
where's mine? Jeez.
Here, I'll pass this through.
Thank you.
Oh, I think we could be Manchester down there, actually. Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it is.
Yeah. My grandfather was born there.
Sorry about that, Tony.
He moved to Australia when he was 10, so yeah, that explains all that.
I got love hate for Manchester. It's definitely a historic city. Certainly a place to visit, and there's some great museums there actually. But it's one of these places that I think after 10 o'clock at night you just have no idea what the hell is going to happen. It doesn't matter where you are.
Oh right, okay.
It's, as I say, I stayed downtown Manchester for business a couple of nights, or it was almost a week actually, and the wildlife that came out at 10 o'clock was unbelievable. Yeah, it's an interesting little place. Dan says, not sure if you saw earlier, Will, you might get a shit from you from this, but when I was in Manchester, I neglected Tim Hortons. He didn't go to... Oh, you gotta go into Timmy's, man. You gotta try some Timbits. That's what you should have done. Next time you go, if you're near one again, Dan, just go into Tim Hortons, ask for 20 Timbits. 20 Timbits. They'll give you assorted flavors, or you can ask for certain ones, but just say assorted. Tell me what you think. He took a picture of it, sent it to me, and then never bothered going into the bastard. Come on. Stu says, I'll have beer. Oh my god, Stu. What time is it for you? It's still a bit early in the day for me. Mind you, Tony, you'll be at the nightcap stage right now. You're probably looking for a shot of whiskey or something.
Yeah, no, I'm drinking water, but that's only because I've been crook all week and I got dehydrated, so I'm
quite right.
filling up with water. But
Fair enough.
But yes, it is. What is it for me? It is just coming up 7 p.m.
Oh.
So it will be what about 9 p.m. For Shane, and Bubba will be about the same actually, 9 p.m.
Alright, there you go. Shane says Timbits, little donut balls. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Timbits are like crack. That's why you get a box of 20, because as soon as you have the first one, you think, oh, I'll just have a couple now and try them out. Next thing you know, the box is gone.
Oh, you stop.
You never leave. It's true in Canada, and it's becoming true in Glasgow. There was a Tim Hortons just down the road from our local office in Glasgow. And I was there for a week doing a proof of concept for the city of Glasgow. And I bought a box of 20 Timbits to take home, left them on my desk by my bag, closed, came back, and the freaking thing was empty. People had just been siphoning off of it all day.
You're talking, and you know what I'm now looking at, don't you?
Aaron says, I have Tim Hortons 2 minutes away from your house. All right. Crap, now I want some Timbits. Thanks, Willie. Yeah, we're definitely becoming an international type of location. It all started from my hometown by a retired hockey player in Hamilton, Ontario. As an idea to invest his money. He initially opened a burger joint in Ottawa, which didn't really work out. And then they decided to open a coffee and donut place in Hamilton, and the rest is history. International brand now.
I think we've got Tim Hortons in Australia. I'm just going to have a look.
I'd be surprised. I don't think they're anywhere in the southern hemisphere. They do have the rare. They they set up pop-up places when needed. So when NATO was still operating in Kandahar during the Afghan conflict, Tim Hortons actually opened up on the Kandahar air base. So they had it. I was one of the chains, and a lot of Americans actually know Tim Hortons because of doing tours in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Obviously
Apparently
now
there is
closed, but yeah.
There is one, but it's in Sydney.
There's a Tim Hortons in Australia.
Yep, in Sydney.
Wow, I did not know that. I did not know that. Aaron says my daughter worked for Tim Hortons when it was still part of Wendy's. Oh, right, yeah. I can't remember who owns it now. Is it Burger King? I think Burger King might be their second company. But there's one of the reasons they merged with Wendy's initially, I think it was, or I can't remember if it was Wendy's or Burger King, but they wanted to expand it in the UK, and they needed a partner that was already established in Britain to help them do that. And it never went anywhere. And then with the last takeover, they opened the first one in Glasgow, I believe, and there's now 90 locations across the UK within about 2-3 years.
Right.
And they're expanding.
They're meant to be opening Wendy's here, so
It could be,
I
yeah.
don't know when that's going to happen. But according to this, I'm just reading it, and it says that it's a company called RBI, which is
Yeah.
Restaurant Brands International.
Yep, sounds
And
right.
they own Tim Hortons, Burger King, Popeyes, and
Burger King.
Firehouse Subs.
Oh, they own Popeyes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting.
And the one in Australia is at 197 Charlotte Street in Sydney.
Okay. So there you go. Big Jacko's Gaming has dropped in. Hello, Dave. How are you? So great to see you, mate. Beto loves Airbus. He's putting hashtags there. Nighthawk says, I remember a long time ago being in the original Hamilton Tim Hortons with the horrible vinyl red stools. Yeah, that's right. But a huge donut selection, yeah. They've actually torn that restaurant down now, Nighthawk. It was, I can't remember when it happened. I think it was probably around late 2010s. But they tore it down. They've built a new 2-floor Tim Hortons there. It's a very modern building, but in that building is also a museum for the Tim Hortons franchise. There's a lot of memorabilia there for Tim Horton himself, like Big Jacko coming in with £1 donation. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it. It's only a dance for you. Here it comes.
Thank you.
Absolutely legend. Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Where was I? Aaron says we've had Tim Hortons in Columbus for 20 years. Okay. That's interesting. Nighthawk says parent U.S. company of Burger King owns Tim Hortons. Yeah, that's right. It's all one kind of big chain. So what you tend to see when they open, it's usually like, and they've not done this in the UK, which I find really interesting, but what they tend to do is they open up on major arterial routes like highways and motorway stops or freeway stops and things like that. So you'll tend to get a Tim Hortons and a Burger King in the same place. So whereas in the UK we tend to get like Costa Coffee and Burger King, strangely. So, but I think Burger King's got an unbreakable contract with Costa Coffee at the moment. But possibly that might change in due course.
We're similar. You go to somewhere like I'm trying to think. You go to I'm trying to think of which one it is. Is it BP? And then they've got coffee shop. There's a coffee shop there, and the coffee shop's the same in all of them. was going to say, Jacko doesn't get Uber Eats where he lives. He lives so far away from civilization that they don't even have Uber Eats.
Uber Eats is everywhere in the UK. Any of the major places. It's not in my area because we're quite rural. But yeah, whenever I'm on business down London or somewhere else, I don't even eat in the restaurant in the hotel because food's usually overpriced and awful.
Yeah.
Even the DoubleTree, I can't say I've ever been impressed with the food there.
Oh, really? Oh.
Nah, but when you're in London, like the selection is ridiculous. There's so much to choose from. So like usually when in London, I go for the fast food that I can't get back up in Scotland. So
everywhere else.
Yeah, there's like there's a Turkish restaurant just down the street from where I usually go in London at the moment, which is just like amazing, absolutely amazing. And then there's a really nice shawarma place that's not far away as well, and they all deliver. And it's usually some guy in London. It's a guy on a bike. It's always a guy on a bicycle, or either bicycle or like a Vespa, like a scooter of some sort.
Well, it'd be easier to get around than in a car, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they're fast.
Yeah, shame.
So even there's one that was 2 miles away. Sorry, there was a restaurant that was 2 miles away because it tells you on Uber Eats, obviously. And the guy was on a bike. I swear to God, the guy picked up the food. He was at the hotel within 3 minutes.
Oh wow!
He must have been flying. So yeah, they really know how to move. There's supposed to be 500 plus Tim Hortons in China. Nah. Wow, that's news to me. BP truck stop, yeah. Beto loves Nando's. Do you like Nando's, Beto, Tony?
I love Nando's, yeah. The funny thing is that people don't know what Nando's is. You say Nando's and they'll go, huh? What's Nando's? Huh?
It's a pretty big chain now. There's quite a few in the UK. I personally, I find it's all right. There's only so much piri you can shove down your throat before you get sick of it, though.
That's true, and the prices have all gone up. I was a big fan of the what are they called? I can't think what they're called, but to get what's a Nando? To get you get 4 in a pack. And it used to cost something, and now it's probably costing at least double. It's just ridiculous. I just won't even buy it anymore. It's too expensive. But yes, Jacko's right. What's a Nando?
What's a Nando? Lemon Wolf is, as predicted, Lemon Wolf is now caught up with us, and is in the process of overtaking us on the way to Jersey. What's a Nando? Yeah. Bubba says
Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba says you're a massive fan of food. Anyway, what's Hungry Jack's? Is that the Australian version? It is Burger King. I thought that. I remember.
It's Burger King, but it's not owned by Burger King. So
okay.
The short version was Burger King came to us, was going to open up in Australia. This guy basically said, I want to open it up, and they came back and basically said no, and he went and opened it. He got permission from them to open it up anyway, and because he didn't want to, he couldn't use Burger King, he used Hungry Jack's.
Right.
And it's massive over here, and then I don't know how long ago it was, but Burger King then tried to get back into Australia, and basically couldn't, because Hungry Jack's has already got the Burger King license in Australia. So
wow.
Yeah, Burger King's great. Hungry Jack's is excellent. I'm a big fan of Hungry Jack's.
There's a great restaurant. In terms of hamburger chains, there's a place in Canada that I really miss, which is Harvey's. I don't know if I mentioned before, but you go in when they Sids is in. Hey Willie, how you doing? What's up? How you doing, Sid? It's great to see you, man. Simbrief gave you a slightly different route. Well, you would have had a higher assigned altitude as well, Lemon Wolf. So you probably might have a bit more of a direct. Hungry Jackos. Well, my train of thought's out the window. Can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, Harvey's, yeah. So But you go in, you order like your burger, right? And they have different sizes and stuff like that. Cheeseburger or burger, you know, you kind of pick it that way. But then what they do is you come up and they call you up, like, okay, what do you want on it? And they've got something like 15 bowls of different toppings, plus your ketchup, your mustards, hot sauce, all that kind of stuff. And you just tell them what you want, and they'll build the burger right in front of you. And if you want everything, they'll give you everything. And they got anything from, you know, tomato, lettuce, onions, hot peppers, you know, all sorts of stuff. And they'll top up the burger for you, put it together, wrap it up, put it in the bag, and off you go. And it's just lovely. And they're really nice, thick, juicy burgers as well. So, but Harvey's is definitely something I miss. Five Guys, yeah, Five Guys. You know what? Five Guys copied Harvey's. I guarantee it. And the problem I have with Five Guys, it is the most overpriced restaurant I've ever seen in my life. Like, certainly in the UK, the kids were hungry. Strangely, we're in Newcastle. There's a big shopping center there called the Metro. It's Metro, but it's one of the largest shopping centers in the UK. So the kids were hungry, so I looked at a Five Guys, and it was like, oh, it was 12 pounds for like a hamburger, right? A hamburger meal? Well, I thought it was a hamburger meal. Turns out it was just a damn hamburger. If you want chips and all that, it was like another five quid. It was something absolutely retarded. And then we've got this new place, Tony. You're familiar with Gordon Ramsay, the chef?
Yes.
So,
yes.
So he's got a restaurant chain. I can't remember. There's a hamburger place he's got now, which has opened up in St. James Centre in Edinburgh. 18 pounds for a hamburger.
Holy moly.
18 pounds. And they posted on, I think it was on Facebook, they were advertising it. It says, yeah, come check out St. James Centre, just opened. And it said, hamburger, classic hamburger, now 18 quid. And I posted a comment on there that had everybody laughing, that said, sells a hamburger for double the price of what he's paying the guy that made it for the hour.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Complete
Brett just
rip-off.
said something that was very true. See, in Australia, what you just said about the burgers is pretty standard. Though if you go to not to a burger joint, so not like Burger King or Hungry Jack's or something like that. But if you go to a milk bar, Brett's just typing as I'm saying it.
Yeah.
If you go to a milk bar or to like a burger place,
right,
they do exactly what Brett just said. They want they do it and they make a massive burger, and it's not that expensive. Although the prices have gone up. Yeah. But they do it, and they do it to your customization. So you can have things like beetroot and
beetroot.
I was going to say, does everyone know what beetroot is? I'm going to say, yeah. Well,
man,
beetroot's a very Australian thing. If you don't have a burger without beetroot, you're not Australian.
Oh, you know what? The UK equivalent is corn.
Right.
They put sweet corn. Well, they call it sweet corn in Britain. In Canada, it's just corn, right? In Britain, it's sweet corn. They put sweet corn on freaking everything. Pizza. I remember the first time I had pizza in Britain, and it's like, oh yeah, I got a nice pizza ordered, and it came out, and it's covered in sweet corn. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's on the pizza. Yeah. It's like, oh, I've got some sweet corn. Sweet corn's lovely on pizza. I'm like, not in my world, pal. Not in my world. I had to scrape off the sweet corn. Oh my god.
That's funny. Bubba's just said something, and Jacko's just said something. Bubba's just said, don't forget the pineapple. Yes, he's absolutely correct. You got to have pineapple on your burger.
Ew.
And Jacko said you can't have it without beetroot, pineapple, and egg. Don't forget the egg.
What is wrong with you people?
Oh, mate.
Oh,
those
man.
are the best burgers. Oh my god.
If someone sold that over here, they call it like, it'd be like bistro burger or something like that. I'm sure people would eat it.
There you go.
Fish and
sliced beetroot, pineapple, bacon, tomato.
Fish and chip shop with a hamburger.
Relish.
Yeah. Okay.
Yum.
Wow. There you go. Pineapple
When
and
you come to
pizza.
Australia, Willie, we'll all take you out for burgers. down
No,
the,
see, now I gotta
London
disagree
shop.
with Aaron here. Pineapple and pizza is nasty. No, it's not. Hawaiian is classic pizza. It's great.
We've started it.
It's a great pizza. There's nothing wrong with it. Leb Wolf says, can someone help me with something? I want to change my transition level for the descent in the 738, but can't find where. I know it's going to put flight level. Oh no, I had that problem too. I since I've had the update, Lemon Wolf, I found that it's doing a hard transition on descent, and I can't figure out where that's going wrong either. Because you set the transition level for takeoff and it's fine, but for whatever reason it's locking it at 180. Yeah, I've got a similar problem, so I'd be interested to know the answer in that actually. Brett says, sorry, sliced pineapple is often fried. Yeah, but try that.
Yeah,
But not in a
yum.
burger. Nah, not in a burger. Nah.
Yum, 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 yum. I was going to say the expert of the 7.3s is not online by the look of it, so I can't ask him.
Oh, right, okay.
It was Fozzie. He's the 7.3 expert.
Actually,
so,
Dan usually knows the answer to that. Dan, you still buzzing about? You might have had to go to work.
Oh yeah, Brett just said fried onion.
Fried
as well,
onion? Yeah,
I'm
big
correct.
thumbs up for that. Big thumbs up for that. Yeah, fried onion. I'll go for that.
Oh, jeez, you're making me hungry.
There we go. Beluga says to change descent transition level, go to descent, then forecast. Ah. Okay, I'll look at that next time, Beluga. Thanks for that. Did you get that, Lemon Wolf? Ah, he's found it. Perfect. We fixed it. See? What a team. What a family. We can solve any problem if we put our heads together. Big Jackal's fryer chicken. What's fryer chicken? Is that fried chicken?
I think it's meant to be fried chicken. Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
Brett's got it as well. Barbecue sauce, maybe some tomato sauce, a little bit of sriracha would be going down very, very nicely.
Very cool.
It's when you get an Australian burger, and you can't see me because I'm not on camera, but essentially you easily, it'd be quite large. Your fingertips wouldn't touch each other. That's how big that burger would be.
That's all right. See, I actually in recent years perfected my homemade burger recipe. So
Nice.
and it's that good that the kids would actually prefer if we're going to have a hamburger, they don't even look at a hamburger when they go out to a restaurant now. If they want a nice hamburger, they'll ask me to make hamburgers at home.
Oh yeah.
So
they're the best ones. Homemade burgers. Oh
yeah,
yum.
and I had a burger press, so it was about yay size, Tony. And
Can't see it.
sorry, about yay size.
Oh yeah. Oh
catch
wow,
up.
that's big.
Right, but I've actually got a bigger one. I had to look, and I finally found one that's just slightly bigger, wider. Because when I make the burgers, my burgers actually they lift, they almost expand a bit, but they shrink on the sides. So I've actually got it now. So by the time the burger comes out, it's like that.
Nice.
And then you
There's
just
a
throw all
guy
your
on
toppings on
YouTube.
it. And, yeah.
There's
Go
a
ahead.
guy on YouTube, and I can't remember his name, but he's American, and I'm not sure where he is. I think he's in West Coast somewhere. But he cooks and he makes burgers, and like he did a burger the other day, and it looks so good. And it was Brett's just saying about barbecue sauce. Yeah, I mean some of the stuff he added to it was just sensational. It was so good.
Very nice.
But I'm making myself hungry, and I've just had dinner, so this isn't a good idea.
Lemon Wolf's asking. Oh no, he was asking Lemon Wolf. Sorry, I'm on Valenta though, Beluga. If it makes any difference.
Jacko
Yeah,
can make a
multiplayer. Yeah, just a
burger.
standard multiplayer. Yeah.
Is that the vegan burger you're talking about there, Jacko?
Oh God, don't even bring that up. Why? So this is the thing I don't get, right? The latest trend in the vegan food market is trying to make things that look and taste like meat.
Yes, I agree.
Why are you a vegan? Be a vegan.
Well, Jacko,
If you no, but wait. Here, my rant's coming.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
if you're going to
sorry.
be a vegan, be a vegan. Don't fill yourself full of highly processed, highly additive riddled food that is designed to look and taste like meat. What are you doing? Embrace your lifestyle. Right? Embrace your lifestyle. Or pay attention to these teeth up here, which are designed to tear meat apart. Okay? I'm not criticizing any vegan. You know what? You want to be vegan or a vegetarian or pescatarian or whatever, they eat fish. Yeah. You know, that's fine. It's all good. Everyone has their freedom to embrace the diet they want. But when I'm going in to get like stock for meat and stuff like that, the amount of shelf space that's taken up by vegan simulated crap, it is now reducing the selection that I can get for my lifestyle, which is what's the word? Omnivore. I'm an omnivore.
Yeah.
I'm a typical traditional omnivore. So yeah,
well,
sorry.
Jacko was just saying I've actually seen he makes his own beef jerky, and I've never tried it, but I actually had it and it was really, really nice. So I've got to say that was really good.
I'd be on board with that. I love beef jerky, and I've got a friend of mine, Henny, who stays up the road. He's from he's actually originally from Zimbabwe or Rhodesia, but he spent most of his life in South Africa before he moved to Scotland. But he makes homemade biltong.
Oh, nice.
Which is kind of like the salty variant of... I don't know if it's made from elk or... I can't remember what meat it is, but he makes it. And every now and then he puts a little bit aside for me when he makes a batch, and it's just it's just so good. Just amazing.
I think it just depends on what they have. I've got a South African friend who makes it with beef, but she also she's made
a lot of people
chicken,
do.
So
yeah, chicken. That's intriguing.
Yeah, well, I was surprised when she said to me, "Try it and see what you think," and I bit into it, and I was like, "That's chicken." She's like, "Yeah, you can do it."
Brett says,
I was like, "Okay."
Brett says, "Never tried vegan. What does one taste like? Bacon?"
So Jacko's lovely better half, future Mrs. Jacko, is and hello FMJ if you're listening. She made Jacko a vegan pie on stream one night, and of course, watching his face as he was biting into it was gold. It really was. So
was it a good response or a bad one?
Would you like to answer that, Jacko? I'm going to let you answer.
What was the vegan pie like? I mean, there are some. I've had we've got friends, obviously, that some of them are vegan, and I've had some good food.
I think he's just popped in.
Oh, Dave, how you doing, mate?
I was crap. That's all.
Hold your feelings back there, Jack.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was yuck, disgusting.
Yeah, I've had food served to me, and there was one friend of ours who was determined to prove to me that vegan food was fantastic. So we had Canadian Thanksgiving, which we even though we're not in Canada anymore, we often celebrate it here, and I'll make sure that we take a day off. It usually coincides with the kids' midterm break as well in the autumn, which is good. So we had Thanksgiving, so I think we were just doing like a roast, like a beef roast, and our friend says, "Well, I'm going to do you a nut loaf, and once you try this nut loaf, you'll never feel the need to go back to meat again." I'm like, okay. So I tried to. She goes, "Here you go," and she cut off a big whack of it. It was like a doorstop. This thing. Honest to God, the first 3 bites, I was ready to throw it in the bin. I thought it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever had in my life, and it didn't taste nice. And she'd seasoned it, but it was like it had a really weird seasoning to it. It was just something really odd about it, and like every part of my fiber in my body and my mouth and my taste buds were rejecting it, and my brain was screaming, "Why are you doing this to yourself?" You know. But you have to make an attempt. But by God, that the roast and gravy couldn't come quick enough. And my wife makes homemade Yorkshire puddings, and I'm talking about the right big fluffy ones as well when they come out.
Right.
And of course, vegans won't eat that because it's done. Well, traditionally they're done with lard. Actually, it's a good question. Would they eat ones with if it was done with just regular oil, possibly? But yeah, when you get that plate in front of you, oh my God, it was so delicious. And yeah, vegan food. I mean, I think you gotta stick to things that they know. Like, if you do like an eggplant parmesan or something, that is really nice. Although they wouldn't eat cheese, would they? So, but
You can get vegan cheese.
again, but what's it made of?
Soy beans. Shit.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, why are you trying to simulate something you don't have? Embrace your
Because I'm
lifestyle. Embrace your lifestyle. Well, be a vegan. Be a vegan. Go out, hug a tree, lick a carrot. I don't care.
That Tash Pedersen does more than hugging trees, trust me.
That means absolutely nothing to him, Jacko.
There you go. Aaron says vegan York pudding is veg oil. Okay, yeah, so that's doable.
There's this crazy vegan. And yeah, she's from WA, so Beto knows her well. Yeah, she's nuts. She's nuts. She's banned from Victoria.
She lives in Melbourne. But
It's probably
She's back in your way, Beto. She's back in your way, mate.
there'll be vegans watching this now saying, "That's it, done with Willie Canuck. Hell with him."
yeah.
But again, you know, I got to clarify. I got nothing against vegans. I got nothing against vegan food. I personally haven't been convinced of any of it. Apart from, I've had some lovely soups. Some of the vegetable soups that I've had are absolutely remarkable.
Yes.
Or they could just eat fish.
Well,
Just saying.
you have to be a pescatarian for that, though.
Yes.
Oh, wait, what pound? So
But
it's not bad.
and pescatarians, I kind of respect. A lot of pescatarians I know actually do it through their chosen diet is because they can't digest other meat. It throws off their entire digestive system. So I appreciate that. Pescatarian,
that's
I can kind of
that's healthy.
yeah.
So,
Jacko,
yeah, I
that went
respect
over that went over everyone's head, by the way.
Yeah, I missed what you said. Sorry.
1 pound fish.
I said
1
the
pound
other thing
fish.
to eat fish. It costs £1, mate.
Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. 1 pound fish. 1 pound fish. Come and have a look, Ferry.
Oh my god.
Oh, brilliant. I'm going down to London on Wednesday night, Dave.
Oh, well, if you see
For
I'll make
business.
it.
So I don't know if the market. Well, it depends. If I can move the flight to Saturday, which is when the markets tend to be on, I'm going to try and get down to that market, see if that guy's still there, and get my own video. But obviously, with inflation, I think the song will have changed. But it'll be a 2 pound fish.
22 pound fish. Yeah.
Nah, it probably. But 2 pound would make sense to me. But yeah.
If it was Australia, it'd be 22 pounds.
Vegetarian pizza, I don't mind. Yeah, vegetarian pizza's fine. Although, well, vegetarian pizza has cheese on it, so that's fine. Yeah, I've had some nice vegetarian pizzas actually. I can tolerate that. Nighthawk says, "What does the French on the positive rate logo on ATR mean?" French?
Which also translates to yes.
I have no idea.
Oh, Aaron's here.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
I'm going to clarify for you guys.
Yep.
Vegan doesn't eat any dairy, any poultry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that.
Vegetarian, they eat cheese. And,
Vegetarian eat cheese and they'll eat bread and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why vegetarian
Vegetarian,
pizza
cool.
is vegetarian pizza will be fine. It just there's no meat on it. That's all.
Yeah. But vegan pizza? Ugh.
Well, it's
No yeast, no
again,
dairy,
again,
no
again.
nothing.
Aaron, like I've said, embrace your lifestyle. If
Oh,
if
yeah.
you want to be a vegan, be a vegan. Don't
Oh,
try
yeah, absolutely.
don't try and simulate the other foods that are not vegan. Because why are you bothering to do that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
vegan snags at Woolworths the other day. Really? Vegan snags? No.
Well, that's what I was saying a little while ago. Because I'm definitely not a vegan. I eat lots of bacon and all that good stuff. But Burger King actually used to make a vegan burger before they came out with the Impossible Burger, but it was made out of mushrooms. And I think it was good. It was really good.
Well,
It definitely did not taste like
Was
a
it
good
not-
burger. It tasted like itself, but it was really good.
is it Burger King? Was it down in? It was in Asia or some? Was it in Korea? Burger King made the all cheese cheeseburger.
Probably.
It was like
I
it
need
was
that.
there was no meat in it. It was 20 slices of cheese on a bun.
That would be a grilled
But-
cheese.
It's like the
and not a
pickle
very
burger.
good one. Not a very good one. All cheese cheeseburger. I think people forget the burger part of it refers to meat. Oh man! And we're coming up on the coast before we make our final turn down towards Jersey.
I expect nothing but butter landings tonight.
We'll give it a go. It's a 10-knot cross, though. So
I landed at Melbourne on, what do we have, 80 knot winds or something? I don't know. We had some big winds yesterday in Melbourne. Or in Victoria.
I guess it's that kind of time of year, though, isn't it? Brett says I keep getting buffers. Am I the only one? I don't know. Anybody else getting
Don't let
buffers?
the window, Brett.
Yeah, not me. I'm not getting them either. I'm fine.
Okay. It might be your side, Brett. Stream is fine for
What
Lemon
else?
Wolf. Bubba, no buffering.
Just blame,
Starlink.
blame Elon Musk.
Yeah, I was going to say good old Starlink.
Best thing to do, Brett, is just refresh the browser.
Nah, Starlink does it sometimes. It's a Starlink thing, that one.
Yeah. Dan says, "What? You're going to just past where I was born and raised on the Isle of Wight. Is that where you're born? I didn't know that. Ooh. Is that that's up ahead, is it, Dan? Up here somewhere. Don't worry, Dan, we won't hold it against you. So,
It could be worse. It could be Victorian.
well, we're heading to, I've
Hey,
got
there's
a
nothing wrong with Victoria.
friend of mine lives up here, who was born in Guernsey, not Jersey, but Guernsey, and
All right.
so he always makes fun of me being Canadian, and he goes, he says, oh yeah, he says, I'm surprised you Canadians know how to put shoes on and that kind of thing. I says, well, I said, yeah, I guess we have our deficiencies, although we have a lot to learn from Guernsey, like how to do the Hitler salute.
You know what, Willie?
He laughs at it.
Victoria,
He laughs at it,
they
but
can't do that salute anymore. If you do it, you can go to jail now if you do that.
oh no,
salute
it's a
in
joke.
public.
But there was during the Second World War, the Channel Islands were technically occupied, but they were kind of neutral, I suppose. So it's just a running joke that we make fun of the Channel Islanders because they're a bit of the shall we say the snobby persuasion. So we always like to point out, you know, and God, it's true. Like I can't, I forget if it was Guernsey or Jersey. I think it's Jersey, but Jersey, like you're not allowed to move permanently to the island without permission. And even if you do, you have to have a job before you move to the island. And if you do have a job, then and there's only a certain part of the island that you're actually allowed to live on, unless you're married to a resident of Guernsey or Jersey. Like it's all these crazy rules. It's really, really weird.
Right. I thought the Germans did invade the island.
They did, yeah, they
At least
occupied
one
it.
of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they
that's
occupied
what I
all most of the Channel Islands, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Because after the miracle at Dunkirk, I mean, they just tried to get everyone back to the mainland as quick as possible. So,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
Channel Islands was like, sorry guys, but we gotta go. Because they were well within range of obviously the Stukas, and
Yeah.
like, there was just no way. There's no way that they could defend those islands. You know, it wasn't because they said, who cares about Channel Islands? Screw them. You know, it wasn't that at all. It was just tactically at the point of the Dunkirk withdrawal. There was no way they were going to be able to defend the islands at all. They just had to pull back to Britain as quick as they could.
Yeah, there was. Did you ever seen a show called Time Team with Tony Robinson?
Rings a bell?
Yeah, he. Tony Robinson, if you don't know who he is the guy who played Baldrick in the Blackadder series. Anyway, he does this archaeologist program that we used to anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, they did a couple of episodes on the islands, and they found all the 88 mil placements and stuff like that all on the island.
All right.
And yeah, it was really, really interesting to watch. But yeah, so
I'll have to look for that. Dan says, or Liminal says, I'm going to do something on the landing that will make Dan angry. Auto brake 3, no reverse. Stu's wheel's down already. All right.
At least it's not patrol, right?
Oh,
like some of
I just noticed your name was Big Jacko's Fishing.
Hey, Jacko, by the way, Willie forgot to do the intro with you in it. So he,
I did do it
the
in the end.
update, he did it the second time.
I
Yeah,
did
he
it,
did
yeah,
it the
yeah.
second time.
Anyway, this one's for you, Dave. Here we go.
Woo!
Thank you.
You.
Dan says, "Wow."
I love it. That's so funny.
There we go, leaving mainland Britain. As we fly to France.
Leaving hot water bowl country. Hot water bowl.
Hot water bowl. Hot water bowl.
Hot water bottle.
Is that how you say it? Yeah.
Water bowl.
Hot water bowl.
Wow. I'm leaving the pool player.
There you go.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
stick up for it. I'm gonna stick
It's
up
like-
for poor old Meadows.
I'd say I know people there. There's friends up here that are from Colchester, which is just outside. It's in Essex, just outside of Southend, and the one boy, he makes laugh all the time. And he says, "Are you feeling all right?" He goes, "No, I was gonna go home, get some Horlicks and a hot water bowl."
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what Meadows said.
Well, Horlicks is like, does Horlicks exist in Britain? It doesn't in Canada. It's kind of like this
used to here.
malted chocolate. It's actually
Yeah.
quite odd. It's like, I don't really see it very often anymore because there's such a good selection of hot chocolate now. Because all of us North Americans have moved into Britain, so we've kind of influenced what's on the supermarket shelves a bit. Like when I first moved here, you could not buy yellow mustard, like French's mustard. You couldn't buy it. You couldn't buy any kind of relish. Although they tend to sell tomato relish here mainly, but that's fine. At least you can get something. There's all these little things that, like chicken wings, didn't exist. Not in restaurants, not anywhere. Now you can buy them. So all these different things that North Americans have influenced. But Horlicks was one of these things. Like, you want a hot chocolate? I'm like, yeah. And you're tasting it, you're like, what the frick is this? Like, it's hot chocolate. Well, it's Horlicks. I'm like, Horlick? What's Horlicks? And it's just. It's gross. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know what it's. It's made from like ground up sheep and chocolate or cocoa beans. I don't know what the hell it is. It's really gross. Oh dear. Anyway, shall we talk about approach plates? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so we are flying showcase here. So I think we're coming in through Lelna, I believe, or Bignell, one of these two anyway. But we'll converge at Shark, which is pretty much the entry point for the landing up. This is an ILS landing, so hopefully we'll see if that works. Baby Shark, yeah. Probably Grandpa. Actually, probably Grandpa Shark if you look at the average age of people who live on Jersey. So we got a platform altitude of 2,000, bringing about DME 8.3, and then we get to about 5 miles. We should hit the ILS approach, descent into runway 9, which is a heading of 083 degrees. That's how it's going to go down.
Dang.
And we've got a new sub, Elite Freemason Clips. Just subscribed. Thank you very much, Elite.
Oh, Elite. G'day, Elite.
Do get yourself into the Discord as well. If someone could punch exclamation Discord into the chat for me. And yeah, come in and introduce yourself. Say hello to the rest of the family. Welcome to the family. Great to have you along, mate.
Much appreciated, Elite.
A-Rod says, you taking notes how to do this, Dave? A-Rod's, he's taking a poke at you.
He's asking if you're actually taking notes so you can land the ATR, Jacko.
Mate, I know how to land the ATR.
Yeah, but Jacko, just going straight into the ground isn't actually an effective way of landing.
How do you start the ATR?
Oh, God.
Control. E.
E.
So I should have left that where it is. Cause this is the thing that really drives me up the wall. You lose your top of descent marker if you. Fine, go back. I don't know if that's actually. What's that?
Shuttle landings still do count as a landing. You're still on the ground. That's the main thing.
It's at Lelna anyway. That's fine.
My landings are getting better. They are improving.
No, you're miles away from where you started, mate. Miles away. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, that's it. From the original days when I went on Sky Blue Radio.
In fact, I know when they put this airplane out, they made special buttons for you as well. Cold and dark, external
They
power,
did.
hotel mode, ready for taxi. Q&H is 10:15, so we'll just keep that under our hat for the moment until we get closer. We'll just drop straight down to the platform altitude 2,000. I'm not going to rely on the VNAV for this because it seems to do funny things and sometimes it's just not quick enough. So shuttle landings do not count, says Era. Oh man.
They count.
So I can't remember if I've come across Elite Freemason Clips or not. Has he been on your stream, Dave?
He is Mr. Elite. He's an absolute legend. Great
Yeah.
supporter of the channel.
Very good.
He's yeah, he does Brett plays. Oz Flightsim, myself. It's an absolute legend.
Well, welcome along. Great to have you along, Elite. Thanks for dropping by. Right. Nabby. Okay, so we've got our ILS frequencies ready to go. I've also got 083 dialed into the course already. But we'll double check that on the way down.
Aaron, I love you long time, sir. There you go.
Now, careful. Can anybody tell me what movie that comes from?
Anyone?
Where it was actually coined. Love you long time.
Beto? Yeah, Beto's the movie, man.
Oh God, here we go. Drop me in the deep end.
Yeah, just saying. Hey, Knuckles, mate.
Well,
Welcome.
Aaron knows. Wait, hang on, Aaron. Wait. I'll give you a hint. It was a movie about the Vietnam War. I don't think that was the film, Aaron. Is that not from Small Napalm in the Morning? Is that not from Apocalypse Now? Could be wrong. Anyway, you give up, Tony.
I have no idea. I'm just thinking, and I don't know.
Full metal jacket.
Metal Jacket. Yeah, that's suddenly dawned on me. That's what it was. Yes.
Well done, Stu.
Which has the it's most well known for the boot camp training, because one of the guys goes nuts and blows away the drill sergeant. I think it was Stanley Kubrick movie, actually, Full Metal Jacket, if I believe.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Aaron.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. The one I said had yeah.
It was Apocalypse
You're
Now.
It was Apocalypse Now.
Yeah,
I don't know why
that.
I thought, but I knew it was Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Starred Private Pile.
Was it?
That was Private Pile that went berserk.
It was.
Boot camp.
It was very good. Yep. And he said, "Was it? This is my weapon. This is my gun.
Yep.
There are many others like it, but this one is mine."
And that was the Love You Long Time. That was when they were sitting there and the guy stole their camera.
That's it. Yeah, that's
Yep.
it. I think they were in like Hanoi or something like that, or
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it was a
All right.
brutal film, by the way. Okay,
Alright,
top
back-
of approach at
back to
low.
work.
No worries. Take care.
Pops
Anyway,
in and
legends,
pops
I'm gonna
out.
get going. I'm
No worries, Dave.
yeah,
Thank-
massive day. So
You sound. Are you sick? Because I'm sick.
yeah, I'm not well.
I have just had an absolute nightmare of a week. I've had to work through it as well, which is even worse. But I just about lost my voice yesterday. I had to call off half the day at work. I just said, like, I can't do anything. I was running a fever of 38.5. So I just had to just chill out, take some meds, and calm down. I'm still not 100% right now, but I'm able to do this at the very least. But no, it's great to have you along, Dave. Really appreciate you dropping and saying hi.
No, good. We should organise a little something for YouTube soon, I reckon.
Absolutely. And I need to talk to you about Project Shane.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So we need to start getting some work done on that. But I'll explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All good.
Cool. All right. You
All right,
take
mate.
care of yourself, mate, and
You
get
too.
a good night's
Have a
sleep.
good
And I'll
rest
talk
of
to
the
you.
stream.
Cheers, mate. Well, there's not much left.
See you, Chris.
Top of the set in about
See you,
3
Beto.
minutes. See you, mate.
There, matey. I'm actually going to go too, Will, so I'll leave you to descend.
That's fine,
And,
Tony. Thanks
I
for coming
will
in.
Speak to you very soon. No problems, man.
Brilliant.
Take
All the
care.
best, Tony. Take
Good night,
care.
everyone.
Take care.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So we had Aaron on today. We had Dave, Big Jacko's Gaming, and Tony Beto. Absolutely amazing. Ride of the Valkyries. Yes, that was Apocalypse Now. Yeah, that's an amazing scene from Apocalypse Now. Now, extra points, Stu. Does anybody know what book Apocalypse Now is based on? What book? And try not to Google it. What book is Apocalypse Now based on? And I've read the book. I had to read it in high school. Right, we are getting close to Lelna now, so I'm going to set our platform altitude of 2,000 feet. Probably can't see it for the... There we go. Dan says, I wish I could say I liked reading, I just get bored so quickly unless it has pictures. That's why graphic novels came about, Dan. That's exactly why graphic novels came about. Okay. I'm getting ever closer to Lona. So as I mentioned, I'm not going to use VNAV for this. I'm going to use vertical speed. And we'll try initial descent of say 1800. Pull back throttles. Probably don't need to be that low. It's always fun trying to find a sweet spot for descent. And we want 101.15, or 10.15 I should say, 299. Right, I can now see that it's 200 feet as opposed to 2,000, so we'll move that up. And go. Ooh. There we go. And start to see some islands emerging on the horizon there as well. Stu says he doesn't know. Does anybody else know? So the book Apocalypse Now was based on the novel by Joseph Conrad called Heart of Darkness, which was actually set, I think, in the 1800s. Apart from that, it was adapted to take place in the Vietnam War, and of course it was Kurtz, I think, was the antagonist's name, most famously played by Marlon Brando. And he was really, really creepy in it too. Very creepy. Okay, I can see everyone's pretty much at the destination apart from me. So you should get good shots of me coming in. And we can start turning on those turn on our VOR frequencies as we get closer. So 110.9. Sorry, I got a very itchy nose. I want to sneeze. I'm just fighting this urge to go. Bleh. And we can see our. Looks like we'll hit 2,000 just before we hit. It's all a bit earlier than we should do, but that's fine. Anyways, for all of you guys that are in the Northern Hemisphere, with a hot sunny day like today, what are you going to be up to for the rest of the weekend? Are you doing anything interesting at all? Bubba, I guess you'll be close to getting ready to go to bed anyway. Or actually, I might got that wrong, Pub. Are you in the States? I can't remember if you're in the States or Australia. Okay, you're making good time there. Any other things we need to think about? I think we're probably okay. Encroaching on Seatbelt's been on the whole time. Could turn those off. We'll give let the cabin crew know we're getting close. For those interested, oh, you're flying Heathrow to JFK. Wow, that's a haul. You gonna be streaming that, Bubba? Sounds like 11 o'clock GMT. Okay. Oh, plus 10. Yeah. It's hot in the UK. Yeah, it absolutely is. Really warm. I'm roasting right now. I'm in a t-shirt. I couldn't put up the green screen today because the green screen adds about another 10 degrees. And I've got the fan blowing at me from the back, and it's still not even making a dent. Absolutely scorching. Same in Ireland, roasting, yeah. Excuse me. It's just ironic too. I always seem to get sick when we've got very variable weather, but I can't remember being this sick when it's been warm out. Bubba says, dude, in Airbus, I hear Boeings are still having quality issues. Okay. It's reaching 10,000. Continue our descent. We can probably slow it a bit. So. There we go. It puts us a bit closer to our normal approach. Sleepy in the doghouse. Limwolf says, I vacated the runway, but my brakes are locked. Oh, that's interesting. Explosive diarrhea. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, yeah. I've had a shower this morning. I feel like I need another one. Stu says he's shopping. Anything fun, Stu, or just general shopping? I'm gonna take my son to judo after this, so I usually get a list of things I have to pick up for dinner. Food shopping, yeah. A very expensive endeavor nowadays. I mean, that's honest to God. I mean, I make reasonably good money, but food is just costing us a fortune to feed the family right now. And you know, for people who are really struggling, they're making much less money than I do. I honest to God don't know how they survive. I really don't. It is very, very difficult to make a living in Britain at the moment. Thank you, Brexit. See, look, a little bit of train on the island there. Lovely. Can't remember if that's Guernsey. Is that Guernsey? Yeah, that's Guernsey. Yeah. I thought it might be. Where's Guernsey? No, Guernsey's over there. Sorry. Okay. Elite says I've got work soon. Oh, right. Okay. No worries, mate. Thanks for dropping in, though. Appreciate you coming along. Hopefully we'll see you next week as well. Okay, we're edging ever closer now. So I'm going to start bringing back the throttle because we're running a little bit hot. Don't want to be too quick as we plateau at 2,000, so we can slow down plenty of time. Dan says, you know it's bad when even Little and Aldi are getting bad. Yeah. Yeah, we noticed that as well. We find ourselves going to Tesco a lot more now. Because there's not much difference between it. And I find the problem is I find the quality in Aldi is going down a lot. Oh, you fixed it. You fixed your brakes, Lemon Wolf. Good. Brilliant. What was causing your brakes to lock? Did you find out? Excuse me. Something to do with the yoke. All right, interesting. Excuse me, guys. I just need to cough my brains. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to find some meds. Elite says I use farm foods for bulk buying. Yeah, I've got a few friends that use farm foods. It's something we definitely need to start looking into. Have I got man flu? Absolutely. Yeah, it absolutely is, Dave. It absolutely is. And no sympathy from my wife either. None. None at all. I said, I don't suppose you could take my son to judo today. She's like, no. She goes, you're not that sick. Just sit in the car. Not that it could sit in the car, not in the weather today, bloody hell. Okay, we're approaching our platform altitude, folks. I'm not seeing any indication of ROS at the moment. That's the only issue. We'll see what happens there. Mind you, you gotta switch it over, don't you? So there we go. That makes a difference. Okay. Dan says I could be spewing my guts up and fill a swimming pool with vomit. Oh, my missus would have no sympathy. Yeah. As my wife always says, if you're looking for sympathy, it's in the dictionary between and syphilis. Actually, the way she says it, I think she says shite and syphilis. I thought you liked that one, Dan. I'm sure there's an Irish equivalent to that. Okay, let's bring it back to takeoff power. Or takeoff performance, I should say. Should be getting visual. There we go. You can see Lemon Wolf and Stu down there. I think at this point we're probably going to correct for heading here because I don't want quite that sharp turn. That was weird. So my throttle wasn't working there for a second. Let's see if we can arm the approach. can go. It looks like the ILS is taking hold. That's good. Drop flaps 5. Yeah, what's our winds looking at right like now? 5 knots, so it's dropped quite a bit actually. It was 10 knots when we took off today. It still says 10 knots on here. It's interesting. It's maybe a bit of a delayed update, the sim. So, in theory, you really have to go by what the sim tells you because, obviously, the real METAR might not have caught up yet. Drop our gear, I think. Oh, not flaps, gear. Five miles. Flaps full. Let's see if we can get a grease route today. So what sort of N1 percentage do you have to put in when descending, or does it manage it? No, it doesn't manage it. No, it's on it. You're pretty much bumping up and down between idle and minimum throttle. But what you're trying to aim is to keep it about 106, 107. I think that's what our VAP is today. Don't have time to look at it now. So you can see I'm on manual thrust, now I'm idle. Manual. Manual. You generally want to keep it around 115 on approach and then kind of drop it. There's no hard fast rule. But if you don't pay attention to it, it'll get way on you. Okay. My controls. The trim. Looking good. Too white, too red. Just starting to feel those winds a bit. It's a little bit high. Okay, ignoring the poppies now. We're just looking for that center.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Bit lead on the runway. Full thrust. That'll do. You're parked now? Cool. Callum says, woohoo, already in for landing, Callum, were you? Cool. Minus 177, yeah. I think that's acceptable. And another lovely detailed airport. This is actually freeware scenery, guys. If you look in the show notes, there's a link for this. It's completely free. And we'll take a quick swing over the airport just so you can get a good look at it once we park up. You're sat in the departure lounge in Morrison's. Is there a Morrison's in the departure lounge? Is there? Well done, says G-Hog. Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Look at this. I love the detail on the fire engines there. That's brilliant. First time you got the ILS to work on the ATR? Brilliant. Yeah, it's a useful beast when it's working properly. There's Stu and Nighthawk. I'll take that first gate, I think. There we go. Parking brakes. And props to feather. And cut off. There we go. Excellent flight. Well done, guys. Got to go now. It was nice flying with you. See ya, Lemon Wolf. Fantastic. Thank you for flying with us today. Always great to fly with you, mate. And have a great day and a great weekend. So yeah, there we go. This is Jersey. And you can see Lemon Wolf just disappearing off the corner there. I don't believe there's any internal modeling. Excuse me. A bit croaky. No. Yeah, so this is purely an external model, but it is absolutely free. And look at the detail on it. It looks really, really good. I mean, a lot of heart and passion, and the whole package comes with all the Channel Island airports as well. So you can come to see all sorts of detail from these guys in that standard. Really, really nice. For free, too. You can't argue with it. See what it looks like at night. There you go. Look at this. Isn't that nice? Completely free. Completely free. Link to the download in the show notes, guys. Do check it out. Alright, there you go. Dark, if you're watching, see if I'm close, far away, close, far away. There you go. It's not, I think there's a texture missing. It's like a distance check texture or something like that. But, yeah, absolutely really nice. Welcome to Jersey, guys. Welcome to Jersey. Anyway, that is me. I hope you guys have had a fantastic time today. I really appreciate everyone coming along. All the donations as well. Big thank you to Dave and I think it was Dark we had, and Dan. All chipping in with a few donations today, which is really cool. It goes towards supporting the stream. Keeps me from losing money. And it keeps us entertaining. We love having the music license, so we can play some decent tunes for you guys. And of course all the little bits and bobs we do on Streamlabs. But a huge thank you to Aaron as well, dropping on today for a chat, as well as Tony. And we had Big Jacko for the first time, I think, on air with us, or at least the first time in a long time. So big thank you to Dave for dropping in well and talking a bit with us. Big chat about hamburgers and vegan food. Didn't talk much about it, flight simulator or air aviation, but lots of information on vegan food and hamburgers. So there you go. Anyway, from me and all of us on the team at Positive Rate, we do wish you a fantastic weekend, and we hope to see you next time right here at the same bat time and the same bat channel. And I can't remember what we're doing next, but do check the show notes for description. Big shout out. See you all soon, says Dan. See you all, says Elite as well. Thank you guys. Have a great time, and I'll see you next time. All the best. And that's not the right one. Showcase. So we try it again. I hit the wrong button. Aha! You thought I was going. You thought I was going, didn't you? You thought I was going. Well, I've got something really important that